Hey, what's up, everybody? It's just Charles Sabanson to welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we have a hell of a show in store for you guys. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and sub to the channel. Folks, Lakers in trouble. The Lakers are in trouble. And not only are the Lakers in trouble, JJ Redick is in a mess right now. Starting this season, matter of fact, forget about starting this season. Going into this season, JJ Redick was being heralded as the next Pat Riley. When the Lakers started the season, they started 3-0. I was one of the people that said, man, these boys look pretty damn good. People in the comment section, on the community section, were like, give it time. Give it time. The Lakers are who we think they are. And I'm like, they look very, very good. JJ Redick making a fool out of us. Why? Because I was being honest about what I was seeing. I was being honest about it. And JJ, I said a few things, which was this. I said if JJ came from TV and brought that personality in terms of his behavior and his temperament as a TV personality or NBA analyst, and brought that to the coaching position, he's going to be in trouble. Because you cannot have that type of short fuse as an NBA coach, especially when you're dealing with the media. So what happened? Yesterday, the Lakers go into Memphis. Memphis that was without Marcus Smart, that was without Desmond Baines. The Lakers were without Anthony Davis. And the Lakers went out there and proceeded to get blown off the court by 17 points. To fall to a 4-4 record and number 10 in the Western Conference. At the end of the post game, the media approached JJ Redick to get a sense of what happened in the game. And as he's speaking to the reporters at the very end, the reporter asked him a question, and JJ Redick says, I've already answered that, and stormed out. So what we want to do is we actually want to show you the still of him storming out as you listen to what he had to say, and then we're going to continue on with the show. Take a listen to JJ Redick here.
You're missing a couple starters, so maybe it's a hard game to judge, but how do you kind of look at the 5 games in totality?
It goes into choices. It goes back to choices. I think something that we've discussed as a group, and you have a choice every night for how you play, and it has nothing to do with making shots. There's got to be a group of people, 7, 8 guys, that make that choice, and we're a really good basketball team. If we have a handful, if we have 2 or 3, we're not going to be a good basketball team that night. So that's just the reality. That's my biggest takeaway, to be honest.
JJ, from a shooting standpoint, it seemed like guys were, like you mentioned, Gabe, just looking for any sign of like a level of heat. D'Lo, a couple after misses, like hands over his head. Like, you've been in this situation before. What's it like when you just cannot catch that? Big part of shooting is obviously making shots, but handling misses and stuff like that too. What are you seeing with your guys right now as they're going through a little bit of a cold spell?
I can't speak to them. I can't put myself in their brains. I don't think there's ever been a basketball player that stepped on the floor and said, "Man, I really hope I miss all my shots tonight," or "I hope I struggle shooting." It's tough. It's tough to go through it. It's tough to have a bad shooting night. And then, that can, when it starts compounding, that can really start to weigh on you. I had some mental things that I would try to get myself out of it, but again, just speaking to me, there's times when you're in that and it's like, man, I'm never gonna make another shot again. That those thoughts come into your brain. You have to have the sort of the mental toughness to just keep shooting and have the belief. I've told a number of players that I played with when I got older, I was like, 8 for 12. It's going to regress towards the positive at some point. I'm going to have an 8 for 12 night, and generally I did.
JJ, you're talking a lot about two out of the three, two or three guys, getting them to put in the effort. You talked a lot about wanting to play hard and LeBron being the guy that played hard in tonight's game. How do you address that with the team? What's your philosophy for approaching that?
I just did.
So you heard what JJ Redick had to say. This ain't going to work. This is not going to work. This behavior is not going to work for long. 8 games in and you're already storming out of locker rooms. 8 games in and you're already, storming out of press conference rooms or whatever from interviews. That cannot be the answer. I know you're pissed, but trust and believe, I think every coach in the NBA that loses a game, I think they're pissed too. I think they all go through the same emotions. I don't think JJ's emotions are any different or should be felt stronger than the way we feel about all the other guys. That's the first thing. The second thing is this. JJ wanted this job. Why JJ Redick wanted this job, I don't know. Why anybody would want this job, I don't know. I really don't know. Dan Hurley was supposedly interested in it, but he was like, well, if y'all want me to take this job, y'all gonna have to pay me. Y'all gonna have to pay me, because the thing of I'm coaching the Lakers don't mean that much when you think about all of the downsides that come with the Lakers. When you think about the downsides, let me at least make it worth my while. And Dan Hurley probably said to himself, if they give me a 3-4 year contract, I know most likely I probably won't make it through the contract, not with this group. So at least let me get paid for the stress from moving my entire family from the East Coast all the way to the West. Let me at least get paid for it, because I know my image is going to be tarnished for damn sure. But JJ wanted this job. The question is, what did you expect? These guys are who they are. Now, I thought that they were going to be different. We've been hearing people say, oh, he's breaking through to the players and all that. We're going to get to that in a little bit. But storming out of the press conference, really? This is just a regular season game. What happens in a playoff game? What happens in a playoff game? And when it comes time for the rubber to hit the road, is JJ Redick going to have the courage to call out the players that need to be called out, which are the stars, the Anthony Davises, the LeBron Jameses? Is he going to have it in to call them out when they lollygagging on the court, when LeBron ain't running back on defense and all of that other stuff? And another thing I think JJ Redick has grown tired of this entire Bronny story. You notice he ain't even playing him no more. I don't know. I don't think he played him last night. Let me see. Did he play Bronny James? Oh, he played him 4 minutes. I was wrong. He played him 4 minutes in the game. I think this is gonna wear thin on JJ after a while. I think after a while, JJ's gonna be like, you know what? I'm tired of all of this stupidity and foolishness. I don't want to be a part of the Bronny circle, although he tried to endorse it to be, oh no, this is all Bronny did all his merits and all that other stuff. But now you're already losing it and boiling over and reacting like that so early. Then it's going to be a long, long year if this is where we are at this juncture in the season. It's going to be a bloody long season. And if I look at the Lakers' schedule moving forward, let's look at the Lakers' schedule moving forward, because they're coming off of a 5-game road trip, bearing in mind they started the season with their first 3 games at home. They've already played on the road. They played the Memphis Grizzlies. They've played they played the Memphis Grizzlies. They've played the Toronto Raptors. They've played the Detroit Pistons. They're now going to play I believe they're going to play the Toronto Raptors again. Okay? They're going to play the Toronto Raptors again. So to me, it's only going to get harder. And the NBA gave y'all an early stimulus package to start off your season with the first 3 games on the road. So you already had that as your advantage. They already had that. And to be fair to the Lakers, they made the most out of it. They won the games that they were supposed to win. After they got that stimulus package to start off the season, they did that. But they're going to be playing Toronto next. And last night, when you see that the Lakers don't have a free throw advantage like they normally do on most nights, it ain't really close. because for the majority of this season, they've had a free throw advantage. The next game they're going to be playing, is the Philadelphia 76ers. They just got Paul George back, and I think the Lakers are going to lose that game. Then they're going to play the Raptors. They may win that game. Then you got Memphis again. I think they're going to lose that game. Then you have, or I could be wrong, but they might lose that game. Then you have the Spurs, who aren't, still young, and then you have the Pelicans. The Lakers aren't really playing anybody yet. They're playing the Jazz. They're playing the Magic. Then they start playing better teams at a certain point. You have a stretch when you're going to be playing against the Nuggets, the Suns, the Thunder, the Wolves. Are we going to see this if you start losing then? JJ Redick better get it together, man. He better get it together. These are my thoughts. Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. Catch you on the next show. Peace.